those odds. So I thought I'll just do a quick video on how to send a parcel via PUDO. PUDO is quite a common delivery solution used in South Africa locally because it's affordable and it's not that bad. And I know there are some videos on PUDO and you can view the FAQ section, but I just thought, you know what, I'll do a more detailed step-by-step on how you can send a parcel and perhaps a few issues that you may encounter whilst you're sending it. Okay, so firstly, you must get the app on iOS, etc. Download it, very quick, simple, and this is what you'll see when you click on the PUDO app. And the first step I would say is you have to load your account with some funds. And to do that, once you click on the PUDO app, you'll be presented with this screen, and you will have to click on settings, which is just called as the toolbar, and you just click on settings. Once you click on settings, you have to click on funds, and then you will see payments. Now I have a credit balance of 457 at this particular screenshot, and then what you need to do is click on top up credit in order to increase your credit balance. You'll need to have a credit balance before you can place an order. Okay, so on the next screen, this is what you'll be presented with in terms of your payment options. You can either choose 200, top up 200 rands, 500 rands, 1000 rands, or 5000 rands. Just quick options if this is what you want, or you can enter a custom amount. So once you choose that, you'll be presented with a secured payment gateway. You can either pay with a credit card, pay by bank, Capitec Pay, or other payment options. Okay, whichever works for you. Okay, once that's happened and the payment goes through, your credit balance will be updated with the amount. Okay, so now that you have funds, you are good to go to choose a delivery option. This would be step 2. You can choose 4 delivery options, and the icons just makes it maybe easier. Maybe they should use words, but I think the icons make sense after you've used PUDO 1 or 2 times. So this icon over there, this represents Locke. So Locke is basically, like the word suggests, it's PUDO Locke in many locations across the country with different size lockers, and at these different points you will be able to deposit your parcel without any human interaction. And the first option is in essence you deposit it in the locker, and what they will do is they will take it to the recipient's physical address. Okay. Second option is locker to locker. So you put it into a locker. PUDO would then take the locker to the recipient's appointed PUDO locker, so that once it's arrived, the recipient will just have to go to a locker and pick it up. Third option is if you don't want to go to deposit that locker in that particular location, you can have PUDO to come to collect the parcel from your physical address or whatever address you want to specify. So this would be door to locker, and they would take it to that particular recipient's locker. And then fourth one is door to door. So they pick up the parcel from you and they take it to the recipient's location. So this is a typical courier guy option where you specify address to be collected and they take it to that particular address. Obviously that would be the most expensive option. The cheapest one would be locker to locker, and it's generally most convenient if your deposit locker location is very close to you and also the recipient's specified locker is very close to them. Then it works out very well, and that is why PUDO is quite a decent option, especially if it's low cost that you're concerned about. Okay, so once you've chosen a delivery option, these are the costs that you can expect, because you can choose different sizes for that particular locker. and that depends on the size of your parcel. There's extra small, there's medium, there's large, and there's extra large. There's also weight guidelines, so just be aware of that. Make sure that when you choose a particular size locker, that the dimension of your parcel is within the specified maximum dimension. If it's not, then your parcel would not fit in a locker, in which case you may have to repackage or choose a bigger locker. And these are the prices, price guidelines for locker to locker, which is the cheapest, so 49 rands for extra small, but can be 59 rands if you are sending it to a courier guy kiosk, which can be 59, and these will also be more expensive. Small would be 59, medium is 69, large is 89 rands, and extra large is 119 rands, which is almost the price of, well, actually not almost the price, it's similar to the price of Postnet. Might even be more expensive than Postnet, just a few rands. Recall, I think Postnet is 115 standard delivery. If it's locker to door, so you deposit into a locker and PUDO sends it to the recipient's physical address, that's more expensive. Check, it's 69 compared to 49, so it's 20 rands more expensive on each extra small to medium. Oh no, extra small to small. For medium packages, it's 40 rands more expensive, 109, and it's 60 rands more expensive for large, and for extra large, it's 80 rands more. So locker to door, you really gotta check this out. Okay, you can see that locker to locker is much cheaper. Okay, locker to kiosk. There we go. This is the one I was explaining. So if you're sending it to a kiosk, which is will be slightly more expensive, so it's almost 10 rands more on each size, except for large and extra large, which is 20 rands more. 109 compared to 89, 139 to 119. Okay, then we have kiosk to door, which is 79 for extra small, and all the way up to 239 to extra large. So definitely, yeah, quite an expensive option over there. I mean, if you are looking at an extra large package there, you may want to consider Postnet, especially if the item is just large in size but not really heavy. Then Postnet would probably be a better option. Okay, so these are just the price guidelines. Just keep this in mind when you are trying to send a package. Okay, so after you've determined that your funds have enough for your particular option, you can proceed to step 3, which is you have to enter the sender's detail. And in this case, this would be your details. Enter your name and surname, and enter your number. You can include the first 0. I think they account for that. Enter your email, and then you have to select your locker drop-off point. Reason why you have to put in your number and email is because there will be a PIN sent to your number and your email. So enter both just in case, you know, so if you don't have the PIN on your cell phone, at least you have the PIN on the email. This is safer that way. And then you select the locker drop-off point. Okay, so once you click on this locker drop-off point, it brings you to your location and shows you which locker is close to you. Generally, there's quite a few options, and then you just click on the one that you want, and then you're able to see the locker doors availability. Now, in this particular example, it says that there are still 7 lockers that are available. Oh, by the way, did I mention that for this example, I'm doing a locker to locker? Okay, so sender is going for a locker, so there's 7 extra small lockers available, and there's 1 medium locker available. Okay, no doors available. That means all the size is booked out. Similarly for large and extra large. Generally, for a particular locker location, they are very there are a lot more extra small and small lockers compared to large and extra large. Okay, and they're generally the more common ones. And because PUDO doesn't deliver on Saturday and Sundays, if you are trying to book over the weekend, you generally find that there's no doors available because those lockers will be used up. So if that's the case, you would want to wait until Monday for the PUDO staff members to start delivering the packages, and then these lockers would be available. Okay, cool. So once you see that there's some available, you'll be able to press next. If all the doors locker doors are unavailable, then you won't be able to proceed with that particular location. You would then have to choose a different locker deposit location. Okay, step 5, you will have to enter the recipient's detail, enter their name and surname, number, and yeah, same, you can enter the 0, email. Okay, now you may by mistake click the autofill. Be careful with that, because you might just autofill your own details, and then the PIN is sent to your contacts. Okay, so this is important that you have to fill in the recipient's details, because a 6-digit PIN will be sent to their cell phone and their email. Okay, then you have to click locker drop off. Oh, sorry, I meant to pickup point. So this is the recipient's locker pickup point. Click into it, very easy, just type in the name of their PUDO locker, very easy to pick it up, and then once you click on it, you can click on next. You'll then be presented with the available box sizes, which should tie in with this screen I just showed you. So there's 7 and 1, so that's why you can choose extra small or medium, and these are the prices and dimensions. Just make sure your parcel is within this. Okay, so it's 49 rands for extra small and 69 rands for medium. And sometimes for kiosk, if you send into a courier guy kiosk, there's it's 10 rand more for extra small to medium, and 20 rand more for large and extra large, I recall. Okay, so once you choose the one that you want, click on next, and you'll be there's a screen that will ask you to confirm the real information that you filled in, because once you click on that confirm, that is set and you won't be able to change it. You might have to then go through support if you find that you entered something incorrectly, but that would take some time. It's generally quite frustrating. Okay, so if everything you filled in was correct, you'll get the Waybill information. You get the Waybill number. It starts with PUDO. I think it's sometimes PUDO P and then some digits. Okay, so that's what you should be expecting to get. You would be able to take a screenshot of that and then send it or share it with your recipient. Okay, and you'll receive a 6-digit deposit PIN. You'll get a WhatsApp message, and you might even get an email if you entered your email at the front. Okay, and then you have 36 hours to deposit your package. If you don't deposit within 36 hours, you forfeit the locker and the fee that you paid, and you will have to rebook. Remember, once you book it and you confirm it, the amount is taken away from your balance, and you have to deposit within 36 hours. Okay. Step 8, you can package the parcel. You know what? If this is your first time, if you've done it for once or twice, you may want to package your parcel first, just to see what the dimension of your package is before you book it, so that you make sure that you choose the right size locker for your parcel. Okay, so here I say ensure the dimension of the parcel is within the size of the locker. So you may be sending something that is relatively small, but you also have to account for the box that you put this small item in, because it will make it bigger. Just to make sure, get some tape, get a measuring tool to make sure it's within the dimension. This is very important. Okay, and also weigh it if it's something expensive, something heavy. Okay. And then step 9, you just have to drive to a locker and then deposit the parcel. So what you do is you'll find the locker, you'll be presented with a screen, you click drop off, okay, and then it asks for your 6-digit PIN, and then you key in the 6 pins, click OK, and then a locker would automatically open, and then you have to place your parcel into that particular locker. Okay, make sure that the locker displayed on the screen is the same as the one that you putting your parcel in, just to make sure. Okay, once you've placed your parcel into the locker, close the locker securely, and generally there's going to be a beeping sound when the locker is opened, and after a while, you know, once you close it, it should go off. Okay, so a message would then appear on that screen asking whether you have deposited the parcel and closed the locker door. In this case, if you have done so, you have to click yes. It's a touch screen, so make sure that you click yes. So once you click yes, you will pop up another screen saying thank you and that everything's done for now. Make sure you click the yes, because if you don't click that yes, it may sometimes not appear on your tracking. Okay. So step number 10, once you've deposited, you can just notify your recipient that you have deposited if you want, and then under tracking on the app, you'll be able to see everything. So you'll be able to see whatever's stuff that you still need to deposit, and another one is you track whatever you have deposited, and these are generally the 4 key milestones, key statuses. There's probably a few in between, but firstly you deposited the parcel, and then the courier, PUDO courier, collects the parcel, and in locker means they have placed it in the recipient's locker, in which case the recipient will receive an email and a WhatsApp message saying, or SMS saying, that the parcel is in the locker and they can go and collect it. And then customer collected means that the recipient has gone to the PUDO locker, collected the parcel, and everything's done for now. By that point, you can confirm with the recipient whether they have received the parcel and that everything is in order. Okay, and that pretty much concludes the steps, 10 easy steps. It can be a bit difficult. I wouldn't say even difficult, maybe a bit, feels a bit concerning in the first. You may feel it's a bit difficult in the first attempt, but then after that it's really just not hard at all. It's quite an easy process. Okay, these are 3 potential issues you may encounter. You may encounter other types of issues, but these are just 3 you might encounter, and these are the potential solutions. But always check with the PUDO support, as this may be outdated already. Your PUDO locker is offline. Could be due to load shedding of that shopping center or that location, or could be other reasons. But when that happens, it means that you won't be able to deposit your parcel. Okay, so what that means is you'll need to contact PUDO support via WhatsApp or the website chat to change your PUDO locker. And that is not an immediate process. Sometimes that could take a very long time, because they take a long time to respond, which can be very frustrating. And there is rarely an immediate solution. You can't really do much in that situation, besides from contacting PUDO, asking them to change your deposit locker location, and then drive to that location. Okay, if you want to be safe, or if you don't want to encounter this, before you go ahead and deposit your PUDO parcel, check with PUDO support, whether on WhatsApp or website. Check with them if a particular PUDO locker location is offline or not. If it's offline, then tell them to change it for you before you drive to that PUDO location. Okay, that's one way. Okay, second issue is if your parcel is bigger than the locker size. say for instance you forgot to measure the dimensions. This may be your first time depositing, so it's not too bad. You forgot to measure the dimensions. The size you chose is much smaller than your parcel. So you have two options right here. One, you could, once the locker door is immediately opened, you can close that locker door and choose that you didn't deposit your locker. You may then be presented with an option to switch to a bigger size, in which case you have to pay additional costs to switch if there's a bigger size available. If not, if that doesn't work, then unfortunately you will have to go back home and contact support for them to switch your locker. Yeah, that's probably it. And that again will take some time because PUDO support and WhatsApp is not immediate. They take a long time. When I mean by a long time, I mean 30 minutes, even hours sometimes, to respond to you. Okay. And then third issue, which is rare but can happen, is once you enter your 6-digit PIN to deposit the parcel, you see that there's actually another parcel inside the locker already. I know you can be very confused, especially if this is your first time seeing it. What you should do is don't touch that parcel. Close the locker door. Should be a message asking whether you have deposited your package, in which case you would choose no, and it should then allow you to switch to a different locker if there's any lockers available. If not, then you have to contact WhatsApp and website contact support for them to switch your locker, and check with them, let them know that this event has happened, that for some reason there was double booking, and ask them to resolve it so that they are aware that this event happened, and if they have to resolve it, they at least have that information. But say, for example, you're able to switch to a different locker, you would then be able to proceed to still deposit your parcel. If only a bigger size locker is available, then you will have to pay a higher cost. That's unfortunate, but again, this is PUDO, and unfortunately those are the issues you can encounter. Okay, that's I would say is the three main issues. You may encounter other ones along the way. Let me know in the comment section. And again, this is just what I've seen. The best bet is also always to contact PUDO support or PUDO WhatsApp if you do encounter these issues. And so overall, based on the issues, the convenience, and the cost, I would give PUDO a score of 3.5 out of 5. What I think they score quite highly is the affordability. I think in terms of a delivery solution, they are quite on the affordable side compared to Postnet, especially for smaller parcels. In terms of convenience, it's also quite decent that you can book it on the app and track it on the app. That's quite convenient. But what they're lacking is the responsiveness of their support, which they take a long time to respond to you. You rarely, very, very little times do you get immediate responses. That is what I think they need to work on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, catch you in the next one.